vendors from Mindanao. We have Eric Muñoza from Zamboanga City. We have Hil Makaibay from Cagayan de Oro, Misamis Oriental. And then we have J.R. Flores from Sultan Kudarat. And we have our local guest designer from Malaysia, Miss Farah Ahmad. So those are the panels that we are going to enter with later or ask questions. And to all our panels, we have representative from SMNI. I think they are also our partners in Malaysia. So they are based here in Singapore. We have Renjo Modiquillo. I think Renjo is the leader, right? And then we have Chris Pidon. Chris. And then we have Rogelio Dorijos, and Rita Valderrama. Okay, so those are the members of the press from SMNI. So I will now turn you over the microphone to Mr. Renjo for the start of the questions.
Hello, magandang araw po. Tagalog po ba? English, Binisaya? Okay, magandang araw po ulit. So, from SMNI Singapore. Ang una po naming tanong is, what inspired the collection showcase in today's fashion show? And could you share some insights into the creative process behind the designs? And let's say, what materials and techniques were used to create these exquisite products that you have?
Just turn on.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah. Good morning, everyone.
Ma'am, can you hold this one first?
I would like to
Thank you.
start
I will
with,
just like that. Thank you.
saying that Cagayan de Oro, since I'm from Cagayan de Oro, it's in the northern part of Mindanao. Cagayan de Oro has always been a gateway towards all other cities in Mindanao. So having such demographic, we accept or embrace different culture. And for my collection, I would say that we have these handloom materials in Cagayan de Oro, which we introduce to the market now. It's our own Mindanao silk or Lagintingan silk, and my area covers also Bukidnon, and Bukidnon has this Hinabal weave. So these two materials are being used in my collection for Hibla Mindanao, no? For Hibla Mindanao fashion show. So what inspired me to do this collection is basically the mere fact that I need to introduce this to the market because the weaving industry in Cagayan de Oro, as I have said in all of the interviews, it's a dying business. It's a dying industry. So I'm here to represent and introduce it to the market in order to help the weavers, to help the local weavers. Kasi sustainability is the most important thing, and marketing it as well to help this dying industry. So I guess this cultural tourism or this fashion tourism is a means or a way in which we can strengthen the industry. So that's really my main purpose of introducing these weaves to from Mindanao to the world. Okay. I think Edge also, kasi we're in different parts of Mindanao. No? All of us came from different parts of Mindanao. My specific area is northern Mindanao, which covers Cagayan de Oro, Misamis Oriental, Bukidnon, and a part of Lanao, the Muslim areas. And Erich naman caters Zamboanga, and JR is from Sultan Kudarat. No? So makikita mo yung different materials or local handlooms that are being introduced later sa fashion show from these areas. Okay, I think they can talk more on these materials also.
Hello, I'm Erich from Zamboanga City, or we may call that Zamboanga Peninsula, because we are covering different islands also, and Zamboanga Sibugay, Zamboanga del Norte, Basilan, Lamitan, Jolo, and Sulu is part of Zamboanga Peninsula. So my collection talks about the five different cultures of Zamboanga Peninsula, which are the Yakans, the Subanens, the Chabacanos of Zamboanga, the Tausug, the Samabanini, and the Samadilauds, and other Lumans from the southern Mindanao. And my collection implies about the modernization of the new trends, which is, I want to expose it to the market with the fusion of our fabrics, our ethnic, our native fabrics in our local area. So also same with designer Hibla Mindanao, I want also to introduce our native or local fabrics to the world, because iba din yung touch ng Yakan weavers, yung Kauzu weavers, iba din yung aesthetics nila compared with the group of native groups from the Cagayan de Oro. So, nakaka-proud siya kasi in Mindanao, we have this diverse culture with different kinds of ethnic groups. Kaya sabi nila, Zamboanga City also has its different colors consisting in one local area. So, yun lang.
Hello, good morning or good noon. First of all, thank you for waiting. And I am Jer Flores, and my province, for the information of everyone, is located in the south central Mindanao. So we will like the conjunctions of all of these indigenous people. There is a lot of indigenous people in my area. So my collection named from 1,000 beads for 1,000 dreams, because the weavers, they don't weave the fabric when they are not dreaming for the pattern. If you're gonna have to research for how the tinala has been made in the inaul, they've been the symbol or the patterns have been derived from the dreams of the weaver. So I think it's a beautiful culture, or it's a beautiful thing that we're gonna represent not only ourselves but also the community. And I, as a mayor of my province, Sultan Kudarat, it is a beautiful place in which there is the dilemma that they have said that it is most being like amorous or not safe place, but it is not. It is different if you're gonna visit my province. And about the techniques, that is why it's been called 1,000 beads for 1,000 dreams, because it is all made by hand made beads together with the hand woven fabric. And I'm gonna represent later the Tinala from the Tiboli tribe from the hinterlands of the Lake Cebu, and also the Inaul from the elite tribe of Moros, the Maguindanao. So I think it is an avenue for us to showcase these collections, most especially here in Singapore, to see that there is beautiful things that can be seen in our the island of Mindanao.
I'm Farah. My collection inspired by Tausu kasi isa akong Muslim. So yeah, I'm also from Mindanao, but I was married in Malaysia. So gusto kong mapakilala din yung mga traditional dress namin sa isang Tausu na meron kaming traditional na kasuotan din. Iyon ang gusto kong ipakilala napakilala ko na ito sa Malaysia, so dito na naman sa Singapore.
So good afternoon. So I would like to ask also, is there any specific challenges that you faced during the creation of this collection, and how were you able to overcome it? How we were able to overcome all of those challenges?
In my part, one of the challenge is I should always be culturally inclined to this kind of indigenous patterns and materials. Most especially, the indigenous people are very sensitive in how you're gonna use their patterns and their materials in a certain collection. So there is one certain situation that I've been messaged by one of the tribe that I had made like a relevant kind of dress representing their tribe. So that became one of the starter for me to be aware on what I'm gonna do for the next collection that I have to do. Luckily, they have been supporting me. That kind of tribe is the Blancan tribe. They're being the brethren of the Tivoli, and they are very sensitive. And that is why sometimes we designers will gonna have a trauma in how we're gonna create or recreate those patterns. So we always need to seek advice to the professionals, or most especially if we can have the access directly to these people. I think that is one of my experience.
Our main focus in this event for introducing Hibla to the world is basically fusing again this local weaves to what the existing weaves in the market, making it a clothing that can be worn daily, a clothing that is sustainable, and a clothing that can represent Mindanao. That the challenge here is how to introduce it to the world, how to educate the people, and how to let them see that it's wearable. That's the main challenge there. Aside from what you mentioned, that there are some fabrics that's being weaved and produced in Mindanao that are very sensitive, especially if it came from a tribe of weavers, which we need to respect. But the main focus here is we should maintain an artful balance of innovation and again tradition. So and make this clothes global.
Meron pong tinatawag na Mindanao silk. Can you tell me more about the Mindanao silk?
Mindanao silk are silk from silk cocoons. These are basically these are silkworms that's being farmed in Mindanao, and it's being weaved as Mindanao silk. And the weavers of this are the Abay weavers. So basically, these are the texture of the material are like piña. You know, it's the Mindanao piña. No, we call it the Mindanao piña because the texture of the Mindanao silk is just like piña. No, but the challenge here is we started with a lot of weavers. Now there are only 10 weavers who's doing the Mindanao silk. That isn't a nice sign for the industry. That's why we're pushing it. Dati kasi we have
Is
so
it because of the skills or the...
It's not the skills there, it's the marketing. Kasi when you work, anybody it's a practical thing. When you work, you need to gain, you need to earn. The sad thing is there's no proper marketing of these materials. No, there's no we can't easily sell the material. Aside from it's expensive, there's no market for the weavers. And sad thing, they shifted careers, no? That's more income generating. And this is our focus of introducing to get a market. No? That's the basic thing. We need to provide them a market for them to sell their weaves. And that's one of the weaves in Mindanao or in Misamis Oriental that we produce.
Another question is, what kind of audience or clientele do you envision being drawn to this collection, and how does this collection cater to a diverse range of body types and style preferences?
I would say everyone. I would say it's for everyone. That's why we are introducing it to all parts of Asia to showcase a diverse collection for everyone. We at the Philippine Fashion Coalition have this slogan, which we introduced to the Philippines, no, to all Filipinos. If you're familiar with support local, love local, wear local, buy local. So it's being established to create Filipino Fashion Friday, in which in the Philippines, all agencies, all government agencies in the Philippines were mandated to wear Filipiniana or any Philippine weaves during Fridays. So it's a very small mandate, but it created a macro effect. So I guess sharing this to from the Philippines to the world, I guess people would adapt it as well. Yun.
Of the recent pandemic that happened globally, no, so I would like to ask, how does it affect the global, the design process of, and the fashion industry as a whole?
The pandemic was very difficult. I think for everyone it was really difficult. And for the fashion industry, it is more difficult because they weren't allowed to open our shops. No, we were asked to close, and we have this penalty. If we open, we'll be paying something for if you don't follow the rule, no. But in the middle of the pandemic, I think all designers were given a task to create PPEs, right? So in our little way, we were able to help also. But basically, it wasn't income generating again. It's more on helping the community rather than doing it for business. I guess same pa din, no? All the designers in the Philippines were tasked to do PPEs during that time.
Can you tell us also about any celebrity endorsements or notable personalities who have expressed their interest in this collection? Any?
I guess all of the designers were able to dress up celebrities and actors and actresses in the Philippines. No, but basically that's with our aesthetic, no, very needed during some formal events, especially when it requires a Filipiniana touch. Because everyone dressed already celebrities and actresses for endorsement also. But we want to tell everyone that it's being paid. It's not just borrowed or pulled out.
Nasaw na si Vice President Sara Duterte is wearing a Mindanao.
Yes, she has his designer style team based in Davao. It's being the head stylist there is Aztec Barba and Sylvester. Silverio pala. Oo. She has naman, actually what's interesting with Vice President Sara Duterte is she's really embracing the culture and showing it to the world. Yes.
And you mentioned a while ago na 10 na lang po yung nagwi-weave.
Yes, again, it's a dying industry. That's why I'm pushing Mindanao Silk. I'm really pushing this local handloom para mag-create ng market, and it will generate work for these weavers.
So with regards to that, how do you see the fashion landscape evolving in the next year, and how does this collection fit into that vision, considering na may scarcity tayo ng mga weavers, especially to the young generations, which maybe they are not interested. Di ba po? So, paano natin convince?
Well, I guess that's a challenge there. That's a challenge there. If they see the demand, I think they'll be doing it with delight there. No? But we need to impose them the desire and the demand for them to recreate and to produce more handloom products. Yes.
How do you think this collection will resonate with consumers and fashion enthusiasts around the world?
I guess if they see the collection interesting, I guess it will create an interest also for the viewers. Yun. The main part is you have to create this interest in your viewers. That's the aim then of creating an entertainment or a fashion show.
Last question po sa akin. What are your plans for the distribution and availability of this design after the show?
Well, they can order online. They can
Do we have
message
here
us.
in Singapore?
We have some samples pala for sale. No, these are just a few materials we brought with us. That's being sold outside in our exhibit area. If you're interested, you can get a glimpse on what I'm saying. And I guess our producer would like to talk also on the purpose and objective of this event, because that's very important then for everyone to know.
Yeah, hi, good morning to everyone, or good afternoon, Nano. I would like to produce also from and buy material which is wave from Mindanao, which I always a fan of JR. I myself is a new baby I'm a fashion designer, but I'm talking about my fashion designing is all about creating something that you is out of the world, which is if you can see one of my collection later on. And sustainability is more important, and I would really love to infuse wave because my company, which is Marnels in France, which is I believe that we is a relationship between designers and a relationship with those peoples with doing with the raw materials. And Singapore Grand Dream Production is actually Manel's G&D that is under the name of my father, Guillermo and Delia, which is my mom. Now we changed to Singapore Grand Dream Production, which is we cater for, I organize event for humanity and charity. And I'm with my designs, I'm advocate of the environment, so I want to customize and upcycle those good designs that we can able to, so that our environment will not be polluted or drowned with all those fabrics around the world. So thank you so much. That's all.
Do we have questions from the audience? In behalf of SM, I would like to thank you both for this project.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So thank you very much, dear panel, and to our press, SMNI. Thank you. They wanted to have a picture with you. Okay. Yeah, in a very short while, I think we're going to start the program. Okay. So, ako na mag-picture para everybody can go up. Okay.